Hello and welcome to the very first episode of BossVersity. So today we're going to do a very simple analysis, okay, about the different mindset. Now people get this narratives about entrepreneurship, about business, without taking into consideration that there are also people who've just got a simple employee's mindset. So today I'm going to break it down and explain to you what these three different mindsets are so that you are able to identify which category you fall into. And it's easier for you then, to know how you can help yourself or how you can change your mindset in order to shift into a different mindset. So now I want to start first of all with the employee mindset. An employee mindset is very simple. Employee mindset are people who are just happy, being employed and just looking for the next pay grade, looking for the next paycheck, looking for a promotion. This is all that they are looking for in their life. They don't want more because they're too comfortable in being comfortable. So their mindset is just, I want to be employed by a good company. I want to get paid. I don't need no hassle. I don't need to take no risks. I know that I've done 90 hours this week and 90 hours is what I want to get paid for. Now, this is what a typical employee thinks. He never has to think about where the business is going to come from to pay him or to pay her. All he knows is that I have given this company this many hours and this is how much I'm getting paid. And that's enough for them. The only thing that maybe they would think about is, how do I actually get promoted or how do I qualify for promotion? An employee mindset person will do 1 or 2 courses to get themselves onto a level where they can gain a promotion. But even that, sometimes somebody with an employee mindset has to be pushed into wanting that even for themselves. The reason being is they get comfort in being comfortable, okay? And the most deadliest thing is being comfortable. Now, sometimes you can't even blame people for being comfortable. Now, comfortability is the killer of every dream. I'm not saying that they don't have dreams, they don't have aspirations, but it's just they love the security of having a regular income. They love the security of being able to cover their rent, cover their mortgages, cover their living cost, yes, without having to think where the next income is going to come from. One has to also understand the aspect that safety and responsibility is what we're talking about here, okay? With employee mindset, the responsibility has been taken away and the safety has been created, but that safety is what is making one stagnant. Going into a business mindset. Now, a business mindset is someone who will sit down and think about a business idea. Now, a business idea, let's take for example, somebody who just thought to themselves, you know what, I have some change here and I'm going to go and start a logistic company. That is a business. Okay, now with the logistic company, now the businessman will sit down or the businesswoman will sit down, break down the whole logistic idea. What do I need in order to get this thing rolling? What kind of contract? Where can I get the contract? They will already find the contracts and they will straight away get into it. Sometimes even before they go purchasing a van or purchasing a truck or whatever, all of this would have been set. And also a businessman most of the time has got a set budget which he is willing to actually spend for a set income. So again, there is a security here. He's already gone out there and already sorted out the contracts that he is going to be running in order to get this business moving. Now, again, this is exactly where the small narratives lies between the entrepreneurial mindset and the business mindset. People mistake that for the same thing, but I'm going to show you why it is a whole complete different world. Now, if you look at a businessman, yes, is here to do a business, yes. But again, he is here just to win. He is not here to lose, not at all. Everything, most of the time, the businessman came up with the idea because the need arose. The need arose for that business. This is why he put that business together. This is why he came and put whatever was needed at that time in place. Now, this might sound to somebody as entrepreneurial, but it is not. The reason I'm saying it is not is if there is a need that arises, it's easy for you to cater for it. Now, when we get to entrepreneurial, I'll explain to you why it's not the same thing. But right now, one thing you need to understand is for the businessman, a need has arose for a certain project to be in place in order to balance out whatever is needed. And this is what he or her has put in place, but only was able to put it in place because they've already got the change for it. They've already got the money for it, or they already know where they're getting the money from, okay, in order to set up this business. So that is a safety net, I will call it as well, because when you're talking about a business that is already needed, okay, let's say there is a company that's set up yesterday and the company has been running, and all of a sudden I realize not just them, but then another company down the road need a truck driver. So I go and speak to both of them and they tell me this is what they need. And I tell them, if I put one in place, would you then have a contract with me? They say both yes. Now, what have I done? I have catered a business for a need that arose. So I need you to understand that this is a whole different mindset. For the businessman, there is this security that the contract's already in place, so already a lot of overheads are being covered. They can still go ahead and find more customers for it, and it's easier done. But now let's go and look through the lenses of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur now has to observe and has to figure what is needed before even the need arises. That is what an entrepreneur does. An entrepreneur sees the end goal before the beginning. This is why an entrepreneur is willing to go all in. An entrepreneur will put their last penny, will bet it against whatever project that they have set their mind to do. And this is why I cannot put entrepreneur and a businessman in the same booth, because an entrepreneur is a risk taker. That is number one. An entrepreneur is out there and is willing to lose every penny that they've invested just to see through that they achieve the end result. While as a businessman is calculating, okay, every step. A businessman does not take risks. A businessman wants to play safe. But as entrepreneurs, we don't play safe. We go all in without a safety net, okay? Because a safety net is what actually kills an entrepreneur's dream. And entrepreneurs are the ones that actually keeps the world evolving, because they can see the unseen. They can foresee, okay, things before they even come. Because sometimes it's literally just a matter of seconds, a matter of being there before somebody else. Entrepreneur comes, sees the vision, and actually goes out there and try to make it happen, and actually brings in the businessman, okay, to run certain aspect of their project. But again, the entrepreneur employs all the other two mindsets. But the other two mindsets can never employ an entrepreneur, because it will actually suffocate the entrepreneur. Right now, I want you to look at yourself from the little bit that I've given you right now about the three different mindsets, and just identify for yourself, which of these three can I identify myself with? Am I an entrepreneur mindset, an employee mindset? Do I have a business mindset? Which category can I identify myself with? Now, this is the first step you should do. The reason I say that is this: a lot of people try to do things that they are not born to do. A lot of people try to do things that they're not set out to do. In life, everybody naturally has got a natural talent for something. I cannot try and emulate somebody else's talent, yes, and think I'm going to be great at it. I have to always identify my own. And I think this is why it's very important that every individual speak to themselves and is honest with themselves. Yes, if you don't need to be an entrepreneur. If you don't have the entrepreneur mindset, you don't have. And you know, it's something that it cannot be taught. You cannot teach somebody how to be an entrepreneur. You know, the way an entrepreneur would take risks is not an average person. Okay, an entrepreneur is made to actually always go out there and find the newest narratives, and that's why they're so important to society. They're so important to the growth of the community. They're so important to a growth of economy. Entrepreneurs are the ones. But at the same time, you cannot also undermine any other mindset, because everyone is equally important. Everyone is needed in that circle, okay, to make it all happen. When I call it the circle, what I mean is this: every link is needed. All three links are linked, and each individual is needed in order to make the whole work. So I need you to literally identify for yourself and don't belittle yourself. Don't look at it that, oh yeah, I'm not an entrepreneur, oh yeah, I'm not business, oh yeah, I'm not. No, it's not that. You have to, first of all, identify and be honest with yourself to be able to do the shifting. Now, I hope that this little video is going to help you do exactly that. Okay, identify yourself, be one with yourself, be happy with yourself, and then we will be able to see how best we can help you to get the best out of the mindset group that you belong to. Thank you very much. Boss up, and I'll see you on the next episode.